to Day 6 online session on living organisms and their surroundings. I hope you all have already seen our DIY activity video and you will have performed the activity. If you haven't, I request you all to watch that DIY activity video and perform before watching this video. How do living things survive in such widely different environments? Like, I just give you a situation, like, in winter season, what we do in winter season, we use sweaters, jackets, blankets, and all. Why are we doing like that? So that the cold weather, we can save ourselves, our body get some warmness by wearing all those things. In summer, what we do? In summer, we will switch on the AC, or we put fan in high speed, use water cooler, all those things. Why? To make our body little bit cool, like, otherwise the hot season makes us so much irritation to our body and we feel so much tired and weakness and all. So you think, like, what these animals living in different habitat and different surroundings save themselves. They don't have AC, they don't have fan, they don't have jacket, correct? So how do they might be adapting to their surroundings? That's what we are going to see in this video. Animals and their surroundings. What is that called? That is called the habitats, where animals live for a longer time. That is called their habitats. So where hippopotamus lives? Hippopotamus always lives in water bodies, river, correct? Whereas elephant lives in forests. Alligator in marshes, where little bit, water is there, which is not a very high flowing water, but especially marshy places. Zebra, they live in grasslands. They need lots of grasses to eat, where they live in caves. So this all are the habitat where they live. The same, like, the owl live in trees and, like, holes where they make a hole in tree. Wherever there is, they find holes in a tree or on the ground, they live there. Where camels, what is the habitat of camels? Is desert. Giraffe live in forest. Yes, polar bear there is in polar region. Which are the polar region? Arctic or Antarctic. So in very winter season, like, it is very harsh, cold places polar bear lives in. Cactus, again, like, honey plants, they live in desert. Peacock, they live in forest and all those things. Like, we saw different habitats. Which are the different habitats? Like desert, polar regions, and grasslands. Tundra, this is polar region is called tundra, where is the climate very cold regions. Whereas the desert is hot regions. Grasslands are where it is, you have a lot of rain and it is very, grassy places. So see, here is the desert habitat. So these animals to live in, like, we cannot put a cow and put it in desert area. It is very difficult for it to live in. So how these plants and animals live in so much, place where the scarcity of water, hotness, and it is so much, sand is there. Like, so how do they live in? How do they adapt to this conditions? Let us take camel has a hump like a body structure here. What they do it, because there is very little water, it helps them to survive even though if there is no water for few days or weeks, like, because it's a fatty region which they can take, use it to have a water for them. And, like, they have like a very thing which they don't sweat in this climate. Why? Because sweating, they lose a lot of water. But in their body adaptation is like that. They don't lose water through sweating. And they can survive without water for long time. And their eyelashes, like, it is like very long lashes they have. Why it is? So that the sand particles can't go into their eyes. These are the different adaptive structure, like the body has adapted to survive in this climate. You see, this is the cactus. What is the peculiarity of cactus? Cactus can survive without water for many days and weeks and months. So why it is like, because it doesn't have leaves. The leaves has changed into the form of small spines, so that they can control the loss of water. Because if there is leaves as there, in leaves there are spores, so the water can go through that pores. To avoid that, the leaves have changed into spines, and the stem is very spongy type, so that what, like water can be stored for the future use. They have, like this reptile, like they can, like has can survive in desert area due to their adaptations to the. This is tundra region, which is acute cold conditions. Like everything is very ice. Like which all are the animals they live in? They have like polar bears, polar foxes, penguin. All those things are found in tundra regions. How do they survive? They have a very fat, like they have huge fat deposition in there under the skin, so that what it behaves like an insulator, make the body warm. So the coldness, like the cold weather can't affect their body because of that insulation, like fat structure. And why they are so, like white in color, so that they can be camouflaged from the icy regions, because it is white, both eyes and their structures are white in color. So from the praise they can save themselves from their prey. And even, like you can see that this plants, like they have coniferous plants. What is coniferous plants? It goes like this. So it is a cone structure. So what will happen when the snow falls on it? It cannot stay. If it is like flat structure, normal trees, the snow will come and fall on the leaves and it will stay. It will kill the leaves, correct? So it cannot, to survive from the coldness, it has a coniferous structure. So major chunk of snow will fall down. It won't stay on the leaves. These are the few adaptations of the plants and animals to survive in tundra condition. Aquatic conditions, aquatic habitat. So where that animals and plants are living in water. So animals, like they have a few animals will adapt to like that. It can survive in water itself. They have gills like structure where they can take the oxygen inside the water, and they have a very streamlined body which it will help them to swim in water. Whereas the turtle, like sea turtle cannot breathe inside the water. They cannot breathe through water. So what they do, but the body has adapted like that. It can survive without breathing for a long time. To breathe, what they will come? They will come on the surface of the water and then breathe and then go. But only the adaptation is that they can survive inside the water without breathing for a long time. But fishes and other type of aquatic animals can breathe through, they have gills over here which they can adapt. Whereas the aquatic plants, you can see that there is a waxy layer on top of it. So what happens? Water doesn't deposit on it. So it survives from, even though it is living in water, but it is nothing, it is on water. Water is not found on this thing because of the waxy coat. So it can bear the water and can live in water for a long time. These all are the adaptation of aquatic habitat. Grassland habitat. So all these animals. So what is this peculiarity is like that? It has came up flagged with the grass-like structure, so they can be saved from their prey. Like big animals like bison and cow and all. Those type of animals have a flat, soft teeth, so they can grind this grass for long time, and it can help for the nutrition. And even their digestive system, they have four chamber digestive system, stomach, which helps them to digest this grass what they are living in. These are the adaptation of different animals and plants in um, their habitat. We all have understood the adaptation of animals and plants in different habitats. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.
All the materials used in this activity are available in Dbox along with other learning and teaching aids. For more information on Dbox for home use, school program and CSR program, visit the link given in the description of this video. If you found this video helpful, then please hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you have still not subscribed to our channel, then do subscribe and click on the bell icon to get all updates. We hope to see you in our next video. Happy learning!